long, hot summer on the island of Sodor. The engines had to work very hard to keep up with the new timetable that the Fat Controller had arranged to fit in extra trains during the summer. This had led some of the engines leaving extremely early in the day. More often than not, they would come back home late into the night, tired and unhappy, and worst of all, feeling ill at times. The reason why was because a new shipment of coal had came from the other railway. But instead of the usual coal, it was more dusty, produced piles of smoke and ash in the engine's fireboxes. Poor James the Red Engine suffered the most, however. He had been confined to the yards after an accident a couple days ago. It happened when it was shunting for a slow goods that was due out that morning, heading to Edward Station. As he was shunting, however, a pile of sparks spat from his funnel and landed in a truck nearby. In order to not have any more sparks from James's funnel, the Fat Controller replaced it with Douglas. James felt miserable. He was bored in the yards.
You know what, little James? You're just like a fire engine, red and loud, but instead of putting out fires, you start them instead.
Don't you keep it down already, Gordon? Just as important as you are, and you know that.
Of course you are, little James. It's just that I run no matter what, come rain or shine, and I've put out many fires before. You should know that.
Oh, James, glad I could find you. Can you take this stopping train?
Oh, yes, sir. I'd be delighted to, sir.
And James puffed eagerly away to the big station. When he arrived, he didn't feel ill at all. There wasn't that much smoke, and he could breathe properly. Soon, the guard yelled, "Right away!" and James set off. However, as James started to puff down the line, he started to feel stuffed up. By the time he reached Crosby, he could barely breathe.
I never thought it would be this hard to run a local train.
His driver and fireman didn't have enough time to clean him out at the station. It was time for him to go, so he had to struggle on. James coughed through Edward Station. By the time they reached Gordon's Hill, James was coughing and snorting and choking.
I can't stop here. Gordon wouldn't let me hear the end of it.
Sparks flew from James's funnel as he snorted up the hill. Then, his driver smelled smoke. He looked back and was amazed. The sparks from James's funnel landed on the dry grass and bushes beside the line and were spreading up fast.
Hurry up, boy. We mustn't let the fire catch us.
James responded with a will, and he struggled up the hill. As if by magic, the last coach cleared the flames, and James crested the top of the hill and beyond the danger. Bear was waiting for James at Marin Station. He was surprised to see James in such a state. James had to quickly explain everything that had happened to him on the hill. And needless to say, Bear was speechless. Just then, Gordon came in with his return train home, and he came steadily to a stop just before the platform.
You had a nice run, Gordon? Yes, running with all this dusty, mangy coal, it makes an engine feel quite terrible. Must say, James, what in the blazes are you doing here? Thought that was Douglas's train.
Blazes is the right word for this situation. James was moved into a siding. Bear took his train. And Gordon went back to the big station. Even though James wasn't there, it was lucky for him that Gordon was respectfully silent when he passed the brown, smoldering patch of grass on the hill. That night, the sheds were unusually quiet. Nobody said a word. Alas, it was Edward who spoke to brighten the mood.
We've all heard about the fire on your hill, Gordon. All I want to know is which one of you bright sparks set it off.
The others couldn't help but laugh at that. Just then, the Fat Controller came to see them. He had some very important news regarding the coal.
I have received news from the other railway about our coal shipment. There will be a first batch arriving tomorrow morning, so...
But he couldn't finish the sentence as the engines erupted in cheers and whistles. He waited for it to subside before saying,
Well, with your fanfare, I hope to see all of you blazing ahead in the foreseeable future.